Six Nations. Out, just getting a sense of what it is, and of course it is different this year. The emptiness of the Principality Stadium, warmed a little by the flames. We're doing our best to generate some atmosphere. There are the prizes, the Triple Crown plate, the trophy itself, the Six Nations prize. Wales, a little bit of showmanship, make Ireland wait. That's what they're after. And those are the boots in the background of Alun Wyn Jones, and out come Wales, the home team. Normally you pause for the roar, but of course this is more than just a game. It's an occasion to honour people and to reinforce a stance. So today we're going to have a pause in memory of Hayden Morris first, Cardiff and Wales wing, a Lion in 1955. The captain of Wales is fully conscious of what it means. And we will remember Captain Sir Tom Moore, Captain Tom, who walked to raise £1,000 for NHS charities and raised over 32 million. We remember all the lives lost in the pandemic.
All the lives that we lost during the global pandemic. Does dim lle I hiliaeth mewn rygbi chwaraeon neu'r byd I ni'n byw ynddi. Racism is not acceptable in rugby.
We also make a stance against racism. Unacceptable in rugby, unacceptable anywhere.
This important message ahead of today's
a minute's silence, a minute of reflection.
By the referee's whistle. Diolch. A nawr, yr anthemau. A nawr the anthems dechrau. Gyda gyn I weld. Let's start with Ireland's call. A nawr, yr anthem genedlaethol, a nawr, the national anthem. Hen wlad, fy nhadau.
last of the rituals are done. The sky is opened for the few in here to see. Ken Owens comes back at hooker. Cap number 144 for Alun Wyn Jones, who is the captain of the Welsh team. Dan Lydiate back in the back row. Johnny Williams, very important in the number 12 shirt today. Alongside him, George North coming off the wing into the centre. Louis Rees-Zammit, a flyer on the right wing. Ireland full of experience in their own right. Cian Healy, he closes in on 100th cap. Not today. CJ Stander back at number 8. Peter O'Mahony on the blind side. Johnny Sexton will control just about everything outside Conor Murray. And Hugo Keenan, an attacking threat from fullback. Off the replacements bench will come just about everybody. Well, they do come off to a man. Johnny Sexton, 96th cap today for the outside half. Alun Wyn. He has more caps than the entire Italian starting team put together. Today's captain, Wayne Barnes of England. Alun Wyn will no doubt be having a word with today's official throughout the game.
What about 10 seconds, Johnny? Okay. What about 10 seconds?
Afternoon, Jonathan.
Afternoon. Yeah, look, it's a weird experience, this is, but usually as the opposition come into the grounds, they want to silence the home crowd.
Still waiting,
that won't be an issue today. You've got to create your own atmosphere.
We are ready. The first Sunday of the Six Nations. Two games of huge contrast yesterday. This is Wales versus Ireland, and Alun Wyn soars to take the kickoff. Good afternoon, Jamie Heaslip.
Thanks for having me, guys. Really excited to see what happens here today. Strange occasion, empty stadium, no crowds, but we're in for a belter of a game, that's for sure.
Thomas Williams puts the first kick on Hugo Keenan. CJ Stander, his first drive. It won't be his last. Nor Tadhg Beirne. Tackled by Adam Beard. Conor Murray, his first kick. Thomas Williams back for Wales, scrum half. Turns in field, gets away. No, he doesn't, from Keith Earls. Good tackle by Ireland's right wing. George North goes in to scrum half. Ken Owens. Lee Halfpenny ducks, tries to go under the tackles. Ireland's defence, good.
Use it!
Dan Biggar, quite a long way away from Thomas Williams. CJ Stander.
Next time it's a free kick, Thomas.
Eager to get at Thomas Williams. Conor Murray. Keenan, the fullback. Dan Lydiate trying to hold him off the ground. James Ryan from Ireland's second row.
Winger, thank you.
Earls to chase again. Halfpenny waits. Earls, good hands. Rob Herring takes the drive on. Good chance for Ireland here. It's almost like turnover ball for them. CJ Stander long out to Tadhg Beirne. To Robbie Henshaw. Now Johnny Sexton just delays his pass. CJ Stander, but there was crossing out there.
7.
Not much in it, guys, but I could see it through Greed hit the glasses. But interesting play from Ireland. They're trying to isolate. You can see pretty quickly. They're trying to get the wingers up and isolate Lee Halfpenny in the back, and then get after him. Expect more of that, particularly with Conor Murray's deft kicking game. But great opening exchange. Both teams looking to play.
Up, first mistake. Had to find touch there, Biggar.
Forwards hold!
Instead of the lineup, Wales now have to start something through Dan Biggar again. On to Lee Halfpenny, gets away from Herring. Tadhg Beirne makes the tackle. Ken Owens. Hooker against hooker. Bigger.
Forward, stop!
Keith Earls drops back. Gary Ringrose is there to support his fullback. Ringrose over the ball. Conor Murray to Ryan.
Good, Thomas.
Sexton, bit of pinball, bit of ricochet. Alan Wyn-Jones retrieves for Wales. Now this is turnover ball. Wyn-Jones out to Lee Halfpenny. Justin Tipuric, oh, wonderful delay on the pass. This is Louis Rees-Zammit. Had to be a good tackle, and it was by Josh van der Fleer. Wales still in possession.
Off your feet now.
CJ Stander
Wasn't clearly lifted.
gets his hands off the ball in time. Oh, Alan Wyn-Jones. In comes Ringrose with a thumping tackle. Everybody wants to thump
around the ball,
Alan Wyn, it seems, at the moment.
You might be right, Andrew. 6.
Yeah, lovely pass by Tipuric. You know, just the Irish defence came up a little bit quick, delayed the pass, put the boys into space. First penalty for Wales. Just, you know, you can hear with no crowd, you can just hear the contact, and you know, it's good communication from Wayne Barnes.
Oh, that looks a bit like AFL there. James Lowe using Conor Murray there to get up, but look at that hit from Gary Ringrose. Great technique, lines him up. You know, Peter O'Mahony just coming in at the side there, not allowed. Good call, but Wales really, you know, with that pump fake from Tipuric getting the edge, you know, tightening Ireland up in the middle of the field, they look quite dangerous.
I think very interesting. Ken Owens' impact so far. You know, they missed him in the autumn. He's a huge ball carrier for Wales, and that's where they, you know, lacked in the autumn. And also 2 good tackles by Lydiate. That's why he's in the side.
Lee Halfpenny has his own routine. Will do a lot of talking to himself as he stares at the ball, picks his target somewhere up in that stand, some part of the Dragon. Hard, low, straight. Wales take the lead. 3 points to 0.
It's been interesting. You know, people ask why there's so much kicking. It is because if you don't get quick ball, it's very, very difficult to break defences down. So you will see a lot of you know, high kicks from 9 and 10 from both sides.
Just the defence systems are just so good these days. You know, I mean, and most people have 13 in that front line, 2 in the backfield. There's not a whole lot of space.
High it goes. Alan Wyn goes up again. Oh, it's well taken again by the captain. Faletau was a sort of insurance policy, but not required because the second row caught it superbly. Thomas Williams a little bit harder and flatter. Keenan leaves it for CJ Stander. Thomas Francis makes a good tackle. First little run from Cian Healy. I'll pack this side. Herring tackled by Lydiate. We're going up again. Faletau comes forward. Great take by the number 8. Tackled by Peter O'Mahony. George North cuts inside O'Mahony. It's just the strength of George North. He can ride a tackle, and here goes Faletau. Tadhg Beirne went really low. Bigger. Rees-Zammit in a sea of green shirts. Gary Ringrose, good little pop-up to Keenan. Chance for Ireland here.
There are
Conor
offside
Murray.
lines.
It's gone loose. Cian Healy sells a little dummy. Long to Ringrose. James Ryan, the second row, is out there. Johnny Sexton orders it to go the other way to CJ Stander.
Tackle!
Herring thought about the pass, didn't give it. Sexton did to James Lowe. First glimpse of the left wing, and Wales hold him up. That's not easy. Tadhg Beirne, Andrew Porter with Lydiate hanging onto his ankle. Ryan, Sexton, Ringrose infield to Keenan.
Yeah, great, mate.
Ringrose, tight against the touchline. Conor Murray. Tipuric tries to go for the ball, but it's still safely in Irish hands. O'Mahony plays scrum half. Ringrose again. Robbie Henshaw. Keenan low outside him. The threaded kick. Wales will be relieved to see that go out of play.
Ireland holding on to the ball really well and changing up their point of attack. Conor Murray having a sniff, making sure the pillar defenders are honest. Forwards tipping it on. Great variety in their attack. And they're doing a lot of severing the line at 20 metres and coming back, trying to shorten up that defensive line so they can get space on the edge.
Owens throws, goes long, and Ireland pick it off. But it's gone scrappily, that's gone forward. Yes, just a little knock on. So, but just for a moment, Ireland thought, here we go.
Yeah, I think that was an issue in the autumn as well. The lineup was poor, as the boys mentioned in studio, on the first steal for them. But luckily for Wales, a knock on there. But yeah, it's really intense out there, and lovely to see how quickly the Irish recycle the play. And I do, like the look of Hugo Keenan. He looks a special player.
He always seems to get past that first or second defender. Doesn't look like he's going that fast, but I'm sure when you're down in the field, he's a hard man to nail down.
Here we go. As the Gavini juniors used to say, score one time.
Crouch. Bind.
Feeds this very grown-up version.
Stay behind the ball, keep it high! Keep it high! Stay behind the ball.
It's good for
Start
Wales.
using, please. Both teams down.
Stop
forward! Stop!
As the kicker.
Yes.
And that's why that's gone an absolute mile. Keenan had to go back for it.
I'm not sure if he was an option, Ed. I think good play by the Irish scrum half there. He just got in the way to the pass to Dan Biggar.
James Lowe takes the kick from Dan Biggar. This might go on for a little while. Lee Halfpenny.
Bring them on, winger!
Wales do like to keep the ball on the field.
Yes.
Johnny Sexton says, I'm going up too. Lee Halfpenny goes back so he can run onto it, if you see what I mean. Initially goes
Don't go in there, Connor. Ball's here.
Go.
Hold.
The ball is on the ground at last.
Back you go, back you go.
Wyn Jones.
Use it!
Somebody quick. He's saying, or thinking to himself. Keith Earls. Tricky one for him. Chance now. Johnny Williams.
Overlap on the left-hand side for Wales.
Yeah, fine. 3 was on his feet. Lost
Scrum
forward
down
first of
in
all
the
for
middle,
14.
Yeah, there's an opportunity there. If Johnny Williams could have had the
Really
pass
good body
away,
position.
there was an
Strong.
opportunity just
Really
on the
nice.
left-hand
First one,
side. From a knock-on, he's
stop.
usually so safe under the high bars, Keith Earls, but just knocks it on there. And if that ball could have had a quick 2 passes to the left-hand side.
And just look at Dan Lydiate coming in here. Oh, there. Oh, he twists his knee. That doesn't look good.
So maybe just a little bit higher, because I just thought it went down on my side. Just needed to be a little bit higher. But really good pre-scrum. Really
looks
balanced,
worse when there's
good
no one
control
else
from everyone.
involved. So it just buckles under him, doesn't it?
That doesn't look good for Dan Lydiate.
Because the
Recalled.
ball's in place,
Hasn't played since 2018 in the national team. I mean, Josh
Self-awareness.
Navidi. It's not a bad player to have on the bench. Poor old Dan Lydiate. There's Wayne Pivac.
Exactly.
You don't want to be thinking about replacements after just 10 minutes.
Yeah, go on, mate.
And the thing is, Josh Navidi hasn't played a lot of rugby. He's come back from
If you can get that arm off
a
until
head
I say
injury,
fine,
so
that's just what it looked like. Because you think he's already touched it, right? If we can both just keep that bind
looks
off to the
very nasty. The
That height,
grimace
just
on
keep
his
that
face
height,
as he goes
that height.
down.
Really good pre-scrum though.
And he doesn't stay down long.
He's not a player as well, is he, that you see go down often at all, or he's a tough man. So
Scrum, just
you hope he's all right. You hope it's not too serious, but it looks like he's in a bit of bother.
That's the face of a player who really knows my day is done.
He's trying to walk it off.
Just quick shake, magic sponge.
8 each.
Oh, damn. Think of your poor old limbs. I can do this. I can do this.
He's right on top of the scrum, fellas. So
I just think Josh Navidi ought to carry on warming up. He is a tough old bird. Strap me up, on I go. That's the eye that emerged from a training session.
These things happen, you know. They're just a heated debate, I'm sure, in a line-out session or something like that.
I think, you know, captain or not, if you step over the line in training, you cop one. And I think boys in studio said again that I think the pressure on the Welsh camp in general, they're all in lockdown, and yeah, things like that do happen.
And there's Jake Ball. It's wonderful. One thing that cannot be contained by a mask is Jake Ball's beard.
Same control.
Well, on we go. Thomas Williams to feed the scrum.
Same control, same height.
Attacking position for Wales, good position too. Plenty of room beyond that scrum on the far side.
Crouch.
A lot of space for Amos here on the left-hand side.
Fine.
Ireland only putting 3 across with Keelan really firing this 22.
That's on this near side, so the options are there. Again, Wales going for the second shove, are they? Going right on the kick. It's Louis Rees-Zammit who sets off. Well, it's ground made by Wales.
Yeah, just inside. Ball's live. Ball's still live. Not now, thank you.
Good play there by Pete Marney. You know he had a lot to cover, and he couldn't break before the ball was out. The scrum went down, his timing was perfect, and just forced Thomas Williams to put the kick in.
10 metres, 10 metres,
Wales
Dad.
put Falatau in late. James
Gone
Ryan
5 metres,
claims
gone 5 metres.
the catch. Rob Herring comes round, has the ball ready to give to Conor Murray. Ireland put it off the field.
It's a very, very
Line
good
Jaws,
kick from
Ireland.
And to put it out as well, in so they can't go quick off the back of it. Forwards love seeing that from a setup.
Dan Lydiot, his knee just buckled again. He must go off, surely. Here he is.
Yeah, watch his stop, watch his stop. He's just replacing him.
And Josh Navidi is coming on.
Such a shame as well. He has been, you know, a form player playing for the Ospreys. He has led from the front end. He was, you know, he was picked on form. One of the players picked on form.
I think that's the thing. Everybody got involved in some sort of political discussion about Dan Lydiot, in almost in an ageist way. The simple truth was he's been playing really well.
He's good enough to get on that team. Pick him.
Wales attacking the advantage line. George North running onto it hard. It's good work by Johnny Sexton. Justin Tipuric didn't risk the pass. Wales building. Thomas Williams. Dan Biggar on the loop. Johnny Williams read it well. A bit close to the touchline to do anything risky. Biggar. Good pans. Is it good hands? No, it's gone loose. Chance for Josh van der Flier. Ireland pounced. You could see everybody suddenly put a spring in their step as they went from defence to attack. Ty Byrne, good angle. Murray had to readjust and ship it on to Cian Healy, who paused. Which
first knock on by 13.
Which it sort of makes you a target.
Green ball.
But no advantage.
He's still trying to recover it.
Nearly got away with it. One more pass, George North just couldn't get hold of it. Lovely sleight of hand by the Welsh boys there. Because a tremendous line speed from Ireland at the moment, Jamie. They are just coming out of the blocks.
Yeah, you can see real intent in what they're doing. And there's a subtlety to what they're doing around the ruck as well, where they're back-ending tackles. They're making that ruck really slow. Nothing in that. If George North holds that ball, I think it's a dangerous picture for Ireland. But Ireland are slowing down that ruck, making it a 2-second ruck more like a 3.5, 4. Ooh.
Now, Peter O'Mahony's got to be very careful. Oh, no, I think I'll be amazed if the TMO isn't involved here.
I think Wayne Barnes is looking at it now.
The ground by Sexton, but I just think we need to have a quick look at it.
By Green 6.
Tom
so
Foley,
that other side
today's
angle,
TMO.
official TMO review. So let's have a look at that far side, please.
Yeah, just lining that up for you now, mate.
Wayne Barnes, referee.
Okay, still not on the screen at the
TMO,
moment. But...
Tom Foley. Here we go.
Okay, so we've got a tackle there. We've got 6 arriving. His left arm isn't in the clearing action, so that's the first issue, isn't it? So we've got a left arm not trying to clear someone out. It's actually in tucked, almost like a chicken wing action, and it's hit him in the head. There's the facts, isn't it? So the facts are, let's deal with the facts first of all. It's definitely foul play. He's come from a distance at high speed and hit someone in the head. That's a fact.
Contact with the head. You're almost
so he's not in
looking
control. It's
for
high
mitigating
danger.
circumstances, and I'm not sure whether
anyone
there'll
disagree
be
on the
any.
facts.
Height,
no. So
the
the answer
ball,
is
this is looking at the red.
Okay, thank you.
Wayne Barnes is going for his pocket. Oh, it's that one. It's red.
It's still ahead, mate. It's still ahead.
And Jamie, he's done this before.
You know, it's a headshot. You listen to the language the referees use. You know, it's reckless. He's not in control. It's shoulder on head. You know, it's everything that we know that if you know, we're looking after players here. It's foul play. There's only one option the referee can give him.
I think the only mitigating circumstance was the height, because you know he was going to clear out. He's gone to the head, and the referees don't really want to send players off. You know, especially games of this magnitude or any game. But if that's a clear attack on the head, it's a red card, nothing else.
And just his height, Jiffy, like he has lowered it about, you know, a metre and a half. I know it's at speed, but you know, I don't even know that it's not a mitigating factor in my book, and I think it's the right call.
Yeah.
We've seen two faces of players who know that they're in trouble. Dan Liddit through injury, Peter O'Mahony through foul play. Wales have lost possession. Chance, Josh van der Fleer. Oh, and it just needed perhaps Gary Ringrose knows it. Shipping through the hands, maybe.
How do they now adapt in the back row, Jamie? You know, he's off early, blindsider. We've got the line outs and the scrums to cope with now.
Yeah, you know, line-outs I wouldn't be too worried about. You might see a winger come in, depending where they are when it comes to scrum time, just to give a bit of weight. But it's going to make a difference, particularly at the ruck. With the back row players we have in this field, it's going to make a huge difference. And to Ireland's line-out options, actually, attacking-wise.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. Oh, another line-out gone for Wales.
Another Irish turnover at the Welsh line-out. Rob Herring takes his time.
Paul O'Connell would be a happy man, I think, for that.
Paul O'Connell, who deserted the BBC to join the Irish coaching team.
Good.
Conor Murray goes high. Hallamamos, good catch. Can't quite get away from Keith Earls. Wales in possession, bigger. The inside pass to Taulupe Faletau. Up so quick. Josh Navidi offers the inside run. Good play by the new flanker for Wales. Justin Tipuric, the other flanker. Ken Owens makes ground, has to be very careful, does well against the touchline. Wyn Jones, Faletau comes in and gives him a helping bump. Johnny Williams, high tackle on him. Wales with a real advantage now. George North. It's a free play for Wales. Alan Wyn Jones, bigger. Johnny Williams, that's a good tackle by James Ryan, but Wales still playing disadvantage. Bigger. Faletau outside him. Hallamamos. Amos has to go in to protect the ball. Wyn Jones, that's excellent hands by Wyn Jones. Lee Halfpenny had to check. Thomas Williams, we have a little pause. Williams goes on his own, and again it's Ryan who makes the tackle.
Ball's here, ball's here.
The ball is there, says Wayne Barnes. North gets through one tackle and the offload, and they can't quite make the pass, but they will go. And it sounds all the way back as if it perhaps shouldn't be given, but Wayne Barnes was saying that Still advantage.
It was a high tackle, but, you know, I think the pass beat the defender, and here is a desperate tackle on the outside. Just watch, it's a beautiful pass. Gets on the outside shoulder, and Johnny Sexton just is late reacting, so he goes high. It's only, you know, just nothing else, just a penalty, but good play by Wales there. Great distribution skills, and one pass by Alun Wyn Jones was just behind Lee Halfpenny. He took the pace off the whole movement.
Johnny Sexton with the high tackle. Chance for Lee Halfpenny. 4 penalties conceded by Ireland. I suppose in the opening 17 minutes of a Six Nations game, it's not that many.
It's probably more than Ireland want, if I'm honest, though. Like, I know they'd be looking to keep us, you know, single figures in terms of penalty count, and you know, you're coming up to halfway of the first half. You're already giving away 4 penalties. You're down to 14 men as well. You know, and Wales are looking like they're punishing Ireland with that space now already. They you know, in the first 2 minutes of having it, they're exploiting the space, and I wouldn't want to be giving too many more away and giving easy entry points for a kicker like Lee Halfpenny.
He goes. That's it. Get it sorted. One last little look up. And the strike, it is such a routine. Wales double their lead. Wales 6, Ireland 0.
3 points for Wales. Number 15, Lee Halfpenny. Wales 6, Ireland 0.
Andy Farrell, the Irish coach. Well, he suddenly has lots of things on his mind. There is Paul O'Connell. The line-out's going well. Johnny Sexton to restart. High towards Faletau. Faletau, oh, nearly got away. They'll have to play on.
Not on them.
George North knocked it on.
Again, just a bit too long, just shows the footballing ability of Faletau. He just spots the individual defender there, just tries to get, there he is, you know, commits one. George North had been away, but the pass was poor. Good idea, poor execution. He's been playing well as well.
Okay.
When Wales are going well, he's usually at the centre of it, isn't he? In terms of creating moments like that, playing a little bit outside of the box, but also having to do the hard work as well. A really, really good balance, number 8.
Okay, same control, please. Same control.
Yeah,
first Ireland ball.
This is going to be very difficult from an attacking point of view, because you've got Robbie Henshaw on the blind side of the scrum. There he is, number 12. So you're a man short straight away. So this has got to go up, you know, into the middle or back inside to your supporting forwards.
Bind. Set.
Robbie Henshaw, the centre, is on the side of the scrum. It does limit Ireland's options where Conor Murray is going to pass it.
Use it, please, both out.
Sexton, Gary Ringrose, and Johnny Williams is staying down after that. Oh. Henshaw, the wing forward. Ireland go through Andrew Porter. Johnny Williams back on his feet. He looks okay. It's the Welsh 22, Sexton. Henshaw involved again, as is Gary Ringrose there at the bottom. Sexton stabs it through. That's very good. That poses a question on the Welsh line-out.
Not now, ball down.
Yeah, nice kick, especially with the Welsh line-out under pressure. Be a big throw for Ken Owens, but I'm quite surprised that Johnny Williams hasn't been looked at, because he got his tackle wrong.
That works well. Faletau steps out of Herring's tackle.
And use it.
I think he may just have winded himself in that contact rather than suffer a blow upstairs. James Lowe. Murray. James Ryan bundled backwards a bit, but delivery is safe. Josh van der Flier. Sexton. Yeah, they might try this. Faletau waits. Makes the mark.
Yeah, just a little bit too far there from Johnny Sexton. An easy catch for Faletau.
Hands it to Lee Halfpenny. I was just going to say what his kicking game is like. Now, Johnny Sexton, he might go high again. Even higher.
That is not forward.
It's alive. It's a great chance for James Lowe now. It went forward from Wales. Ireland now. This is their best opportunity. As Robbie Henshaw had to pause. George North makes the tackle on him. Porter. They're in front of the Welsh posts. Not far to go. CJ Standard to Henshaw. It's a good tackle by Thomas Williams.
Don't go in the side.
Here's Ryan. Ships it onto Ringrose and then to Sexton, who's held by Josh Navidi.
Now let it go. He got his knee to the floor.
Knee to floor means everybody has to let go.
Tackle again. Get away. Don't go in there.
Ireland are all very tight around this ball, apart from Keith Earls, who's really wide. Ringrose. Oh, couldn't quite deliver the pass.
Yeah. He was looking for that backdoor pass.
He was, wasn't he? Sexton to Van der Vlieg. That's a good pass from the flanker to Ryan. Sexton, Henshaw, Low again. Rees-Zammit tracked back. Ireland, though, down a player, but in possession, breaking tackles.
Just lost forward.
Just losing it.
Forward, Scott forward.
It was the right idea there to give the pass.
But,
you know, I was saying that Ireland are showing great patience to go through the phases.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
What's not? Got a HIA here, please. 12.
Yeah, Robbie Henshaw, the latest to go down with a blow to the head, and we will stop because it is the new worry in rugby.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's a fair point.
It's not so new now,
Okay,
actually.
scrum then. Wales ball.
He was gone too, wasn't he?
He was in. If he could have taken that in, there he is. He's off. Look, I think Johnny Williams, he had to go off. I think he mistimed the tackle.
Yeah.
Got his head there. He is. Look. Oh.
Yeah, of course. And you've got that fine green just coming on.
He's got to go lower than that tackle as well, because luckily he was chest to shoulder first. But you know, you got to. Most of the HIAs now are kind of bad technique by the tackler. I think Sam mentioned it in studio. Just think, you're coming in for the big hit. You've got to get your technique right. And now he's, you know, Johnny Williams is having 10 minutes.
Scrum down. Nick Tompkins has come into the Welsh centre. This is Johnny Sexton, who will be looking at how Wales are readjusting.
You've just got your
what is available now. It is, of course, a Welsh
really good discipline pre-scrum. Okay,
Ireland,
just keep this height.
well, Jamie, they've had a good period.
Same control.
James Ryan, he's off.
Same control.
A head injury assessment.
Interesting on defence now. They don't go for the 8 in the scrum.
Watch on, please.
They leave full back line there.
Bind.
Yeah, you can see the standers gone on to the other flank.
Control on both teams.
If you're a cute pack here, you keep it in the back and you try and make that way count and get a penalty potentially from it and get an easier exit down the field.
Seconds.
Tompkins, fresh on.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Keep that high bind. High bind.
Thomas Williams takes it on. This is Tompkins.
Use it.
Wales outside their 22. Gaunt has gone out. Oh, well done, Josh Navidi. Very clever. Great confidence to be able to flick it off the floor and under that sort of pressure. Hugo Keenan, no. Countering. Breaking the tackle of Ken Owens. Conor Murray. A little probe.
No.
And to sort of ship it on, one player to the next, to Tyke Byrne.
Come off the ball, please.
But it works, they get themselves a penalty.
I think Wales will be very happy if Johnny Sexton has taken the ball standing still. You know, he usually takes it to the line and gets smashed, you know, on a lot of occasions, but he's a brave player. But if he's just taking the ball standing still, a good few yards away from the defensive line, they'll be happy with that.
It shows the respect he has for the defensive system for Wales right now with the numerical advantage. There's not a whole lot going on, so Johnny's like, give it to the forwards. You guys set it up there for me till I get a nice picture, but you might be waiting a while.
Johnny Sexton is going for the corner. I think he's saying, follow this, lads, because I'm going right for. There's a good kick, given the angle.
Okay, that's the middle.
Yeah, no clear release there.
No.
Thank you. He's not coming back, thank you. Hold 10, please. Don't join early. Don't join early.
You can see in his eyes as well, he knows it.
Hold, please.
Good chance, Rob Herring. This time, it's Wales who pick off an opposition throw. There's a bonus kick. And here comes Ken Owens.
Andrew, take a step. Andrew, take a step. Thank you. And use it.
Andrew Porter. Thomas Williams.
Going this way.
Low. Just plucks it out of the air above his head. Keenan.
Good hit.
Knock on
Alan
red.
Wynne-Jones with the tackle.
So knock on by red, not by green.
Ian Henderson, who's on for James Ryan. Johnny Sexton. Henshaw. Tackled by Dan Biggar.
No, this is advantage over.
Advantage now over.
You went too long. Arrive on your feet, please.
Another penalty to Ireland now.
Must get on
James,
his
do they
feet,
take the
please.
points?
I mean,
Too long.
I think they should. If it's within his range and he's
Knock on over
happy.
there is by red, not by green.
Yeah, I would go for it.
He's not exactly rushing forward. Yes, in the end, yeah, we'll take him, please, ref, sir.
Very interesting now that you know, we'll just watch one man in, nobody else is committed to the ruck. On that occasion it's a penalty, but with the extra man as well and not committing to the rucks, what a hit that is. You know,
You talked about technique earlier, Jiffy.
great technique, but that's the thing, they're not committing to the rucks. They've got plenty of defenders out there, and Ireland are going through the phases. Still think that, you know, that Hugo Keane, he just eludes the first defender all the time, and just as Jamie alluded to earlier, they created the space for him, but I just think he run the wrong hole. He should have just stayed outside the ring rows for the flick pass, he'd have been in. But great contest so far.
Well, they're well used to the hush at home in Dublin for kicks. Not so much on the road, but it's quiet here today. Worth the wait. Ireland are on the board.
Lovely strike. Lovely strike.
Ireland take a lot from that. You know, they're down a man. You know, it's kind of 53 possession Ireland. There's nothing between the two sides in terms of possession. They'll be very happy to get on the board and just keep it ticking over and keep within arm's reach of Wales.
Dan Biggar sends it towards Robbie Henshaw. Good ground made by Henshaw.
Take him back, take him back.
James Lowe. That's a good old thump too.
That's a cannon, isn't it?
The three players, all of them, were about
Inside,
10 yards
bring them on. 7
ahead of the ball. Here's Lowe again, he can do it again. Oof. Catch it first. There we go.
Bring them on.
Now then, this might go all the way dead, which would be, well, in fact, very well judged, James Lowe.
Well measured.
Ball's live.
Thomas Williams,
okay, with your kicker now,
toying
please.
with the idea of taking it quickly, leaves it for Dan Biggar in the end. James Lowe, what a hoof. Biggar high. Hallamemos. Oh, that's wonderfully taken by Tadhg Beirne. Sexton to CJ Stander. Henshaw. Tipuric just gets his ankles. That's very good technique. Here's Andrew Porter. Good sidestepping technique by the prop. Ireland through Henderson. Quick hands, Ringrose to Keith Earls.
Tackle, away you go!
Conor Murray tries to get Lowe away. Faletau gave Rhys Samit a helping hand there. Here's Tadhg Beirne. Good tackle, Ken Owens. But very much Ireland's quarter of the game at the moment. Takes another thumping tackle by Alan Wynne-Jones to stop things, but Johnny Sexton to Keith Earls. Thomas Williams, this time the tackler. Henderson charges onto it. Stander. Henshaw, and again Thomas Williams, a good tackle by the scrum half. CJ Stander. Ireland though building, getting ever closer. Porter. That's the contest he wants. Prop against number 10. Sexton long, oh, Henshaw drops it.
He's gone back. Let's play on, I think, so far.
So far, so good. On we go. Henderson again. Sexton. Beirne.
Not on the board, didn't lift it, just put his hand on it.
Referee happy. Oh, brilliantly stripped Wynne-Jones to Tipuric. George North. Rhys Samit went forward.
Oh, passes forward.
That was a brilliant pass by George North. You'd have seen Samit in space there. That would have been brilliant for the Welsh supporters. Unlucky George North got the pass away but went forward.
Great patience from the Welsh defence, it's got to be said. Like Ireland are going through the phases there, but making a metre, half a metre to go.
It's a great steal.
Oh, great rip. And a backdoor pass as well from a prop.
Yeah, it was forward.
It was forward. That would have been a very interesting foot race there. So you've got to take your hat off to Ireland. The man short, okay, going through the phases, patient,
by Red,
threatening the defence. But Wales, far better defensive system than the autumn. The intensity is there, communication is there.
Okay,
Tom Francis, top of the tackling chart.
Just on that, like Ireland have made 42 tackles, Wales 100.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And Ireland are the ones down to 14 men. Just shows the patience both sides are having. You know, they take confidence in that defensive set in Wales, and Ireland are happy to go through the phases, but you know, you're coming to a pivotal moment in the game. These kind of minutes leading into half-time. Ireland have a habit of scoring just before half-time to peel away from you. So
really positive.
Big effort it needed from
really
Wales
positive scrummaging. Let's keep it this way. Not too much weight through the head, okay?
It would appear, Jamie, that Ireland have adjusted pretty well to the loss of Peter O'Mahony.
Control, everyone, keep it there.
I'm sure they had a game plan. You know, most teams do. If you go down to 14 men, they know how to react, and it looks like they know what they're doing.
But again, from your man short, you know, it's very difficult for Sexton to, you know, orchestrate anything creative with a man short, and that lowers the ball carrier.
Use it, Conor.
Conor Murray has to use it quickly. Low off his wing, tackled by Biggar. Henderson. Good delivery for Sexton. To Keenan. North over the ball. Oh, it's a penalty for Ireland. They could level the scores here. They could even...
That's the forward pass to come back. Penalty, 13 too long.
George North
on our feet,
penalised.
please.
I have a feeling he's going to go to the corner.
Oh, it's a big call, that is. Big call, 3 points down, Jamie. Man down as well.
I wouldn't put it past him. He should go for the points, so I just wouldn't put it past him.
Goal. They're going for goal. But you do. Just watching Pro 14 rugby, that the Irish provinces, they sort of, if we get in that corner, we score.
It's aggressive because they back the drill in the corner, and they kind of say, right, we know our drill. We're going to get over in 5 meters. Can you stop us? But you know, it's the right decision. You're down to 14 men here. You know, take your points. You're not going to get a lot of entry points into the 22. Take it. It's a kickable penalty.
And it's with the extra man. The Irish players, you know, they've got to put that extra effort in, and the last 20 minutes of the second half might tell. Bench will be important. Yeah, all even in the viz of the 22. No tries yet.
We're all square in Cardiff. Wales 6, Ireland 6.
The booster that will give to your mindset and to the team, to the confidence, you know, where they are mentally, that's huge. You know, we're down a man, guys. You know, we played 20 minutes here with 14 men, but it's a draw. You know, huge mental battle there going on.
Wales split their forwards, and that's very well taken by Robbie Henshaw under pressure from Louis Rees-Zammit. There is Henshaw, bearded at the bottom. Oh, here it is, that left boot again.
That's a massive kick again. That's a great kick.
You can hear the subs on the Irish subs on the sideline here cheering. And I think everyone in this stadium is appreciating that kick.
He's not renowned as a kicker, Jamie. Did he kick for Leinster?
He does. His left boot is handy there for them. You know, so you know they like having that. Used to have Rob Kearney, who had a big cannon of a boot. But
it's another line out. Goes wrong for Wales. It's such a problem for them because Ireland have had just about all the possession ever since Peter O'Mahony got sent off. Now then, Henshaw cuts back against the traffic. Good feet by Henshaw. Good power, good strength, good skills to Josh van der Flier. Inches short.
He's got a try. That's a brilliant try. And I think that man started it. Tadhg Beirne with a step at the start, which got behind the first line of defence, and then the momentum came. A couple of missed tackles, but brilliant play by the Irish. Good support play. And as we mentioned earlier, near the line, they are deadly.
The finish by Tadhg Beirne, but here we go. Robbie Henshaw starts it, carries on, tackles missed, offload to Josh van der Flier, and the follow-up. Great pick-up.
It's got to be said there about Josh van der Flier as well, by the way. Like, Tipuric unfortunately missed the tackle. Robbie Henshaw, great strength. But look at Josh here. He sees that it's not on. Quick recoil. There's a quick recoil there, and the ball is on a plate there for Tadhg Beirne to pick it up straight away.
It's a great clear out here, I think. It's Cian Healy. Here he comes. Bang, he's in. Cleaned out. Clears the way on the right-hand side of the ruck. There's the try. Well, possession, territory, no, they've dominated, and a man short.
Wales went 6 points up with the departure of Peter O'Mahony.
Okay, it's clear.
Ireland, since then, have scored 11, and this conversion to come. Two out of two for Sexton. Lovely strike again by Sexton. Ireland take the lead.
Just cleared it up.
We said it there on the 32 minutes. These minutes coming into half-time, Ireland tend to score. Like, from a psychological point of view, they are in such a good state of mind now. Wales need to really kind of knuckle down and get back into this game, or else they'll get away from them.
It's a clever little readjustment by Tyburn.
Yeah.
Very nearly failed to pick it up cleanly, but good hands. Big man stooping low. Conor Murray. Halfpenny comes forward for it, takes it well. Herring tackles him. It's all Ireland at the moment. Ian Henderson receives the congratulations.
Yeah, momentum. Wales have got to try and get possession now. The one thing about this Irish side is when they keep possession, they do it well. They go through the phases. They don't panic. And they were, you know, I think 6 points behind when they went a man down, and now they've kind of forged a lead. And I think it's a lot easier with 14 men when you're defending a lead. You know, it's
well when you're picking off lineups as well.
Oh. When you're picking off lineups, Jamie, the mindset of the forwards, you know, you can just kick the ball to the corner, and you're thinking, right, we could nick this again, couldn't we?
You're piling all the pressure onto them, and kind of, you got to get out, you got to score. We're going to just keep piling it on you. And someone like Paul Connell, the work he'll be putting in around the detail, huge.
2 meters, Ken.
We're into overtime. Ireland with the throw. Tyburn. Thomas Williams, though, picks off that line. Oh, Thomas Williams goes down. Now, is he injured?
No, it's just flick back.
Justin Tipuric to Ken Owens. Dan Biggar, long to Nick Tompkins. Long to George North. Lee Halfpenny in the line.
I think Thomas Williams is holding his hamstring. That's not looking good.
And another penalty against Wales, and Thomas Williams is in trouble. Meanwhile, James Lowe takes it quickly. Bobby Henshaw stopped.
Counter-ruck is good.
Tompkins with that counter-ruck. Andrew Porter carries Ken Owens forward. He has. Johnny Sexton says, right, let's go in. And meanwhile, Wales, 14 will go off with a stride. Thomas Williams will be left out there. He's not moving at all for the moment.
Yeah, he is not. I tell you what, he pulled up and then held his hamstring straight away. He is not coming back. Just watch. Hamstrings are a nightmare. He will not be back on if he's done anything to his hamstring.
At half-time, Wales 6, Ireland 13.
Well, an interesting half. 14 men, 13 points, a red card for Peter O'Mahony, the first Irishman ever to be sent off in the Six Nations. But one solitary try, enough to give Ireland, with all the possession and all the territory, a 7-point advantage at the break. And the facts and figures of those first 40 minutes tell you really what kind of a game it's been. Not so much the action areas, but actually look at the tackles that have been made, the turnovers, and actually I'm not sure about those tackles made statistics, because they ought to say 113 to 43, which it's almost Wales have had to make almost 3 times as many tackles as Ireland have. Well, Sam.
Ireland, I think that the big turning point we should come on to was Dan Idiot going off, actually, because Ireland are a possession team. They always have been. They kicked the ball the least last year in 2020. They want to hold on to the ball, and when they're holding on to the ball, they're getting penalties out of Wales, and they've got into that. They've managed to get that game going in from perhaps 15 minutes onwards, and they're getting great success from it. So their message is just to keep hold of the ball, and Wales are giving away penalties.
Martin?
Yeah, I mean, everything seemed to be going well for Wales for 20 minutes, apart from losing Lydia. They were 6-0 up, losing a couple of line-outs, but surviving it. But Ireland have just ground their way into the game, haven't they? They've just carried the ball, kept on probing, and eventually found that missed tackle and converted it to a try.
Well, we'll talk about the game management in a second, but let's get the red card done and dusted before we start. And not much doubt about it.
No, it's a pretty easy card to give. I mean, the threat there is Justin Tipuric. He's a man on his feet with a blue head guard who can compete for the ball. So if you're an arriving player now, you're going to be looking at Justin Tipuric. He's a threat. Tom Francis can't turn that ball over. There's no point in dealing with him. He's on his back. you know, he's not a player that you need to clear out. You know, he's not affecting the ball. It's Justin Tipuric. So the fact that Peter O'Mahony's got time to adjust, and it's a shoulder to the head, forced direct contact, it's a simple red card for Wayne Barnes.
Yeah, in the modern game, unfortunately, going off. Back in the day, he wouldn't even have been seen really doing that. But you know, it's all seeing, and you, if you make contact with a guy's head deliberately, you're going to get sent off.
So at that point, you think, well, this is Wales' chance to really seize the initiative, take control and go on. And it hasn't worked out like that because Ireland's game management, and with Johnny Sexton as the conductor of the orchestra, has been fantastic.
Well, you just said it there exactly, and we said it pre-match. Johnny Sexton's leadership, composure, when Peter O'Mahony would have gone off, is exactly what Ireland would need. So Ireland have kept on to the ball, and when they've gone plenty of phases and they haven't had gain line success, Johnny, as we saw, is just kicked to the corner. Other than that, they're just holding on to the ball, and Wales giving away penalties. So if you're Andy Farrell, you say, listen, when we get in Wales' half, hold on to the ball, and we're going to get 3-point opportunities.
Everyone has to work hard for that to happen, though. It doesn't just happen. The Irish forwards have got to work that extra bit harder with one less. Be aggressive, drive through tackles, and take it to Wales. And they've ground them down a little bit in the first half.
That's why I think that Dan Lydiate going off is such a big blow for Wales. He was picked tactically to stop this game plan from Ireland. They carry a lot off 9. And every time Wales has played Ireland in the last few years, I can't help but think Dan Lydiate would be perfect for this game, to chop them down and stop that momentum. Since he's gone off, he made 6 tackles in the first 10 minutes. Since he's gone off, Ireland have held on to the ball much more easily.
But at 6-all, you thought, well, that's even, Stevens. Interesting half-time talks on both sides. Now, of course, with Ireland having scored, that's changed the dynamic completely.
Huge, yeah, because the lead in these games is massive. If you can get to a 7-point lead, and there was not much on. Henshaw's taking it back to the blind side. It's just one missed tackle. One missed tackle, they get through, and then they finish it well. So, I mean, for Wales, it's a huge blow just before half-time.
Yeah, on this, when the ball goes out, the Wales forwards have to continue coming up, the guys who are from that original ruck, and because they don't continue to come up inside the ball, they come back. Robbie Henshaw comes back into the grain. It's just a simple missed tackle. That's all it is. But Wales need to make sure they keep coming up off the line in defence, even when the ball's gone past them. Still come up. Otherwise, you're going to end up getting caught with like Justin Tipuric did there.
That's a little bit fatigue, isn't it? Just before half-time, your legs are starting to feel it. You've been defending a lot, and suddenly you miss one tackle. The opposition are in.
Yeah, well, you saying as well that, you know, it's hard work. You're under 14 men, but you've got to keep working to keep that momentum going. You've got to keep working to keep tackling, haven't you? Because one mistake, and that happens.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's what the game of rugby is often about. You wear a team down. You wear them down with scrummaging. You don't really see it when you're watching it. You can wear them down physically, and eventually that little mistake happens, and you've got to be good enough to exploit it and score the try.
What positives are you taking from Wales in that first half?
I'm struggling a little bit. I mean, there's been some handling errors. I think they're playing perhaps in the wrong area of the field, too close to their try line. But I mean, all the credit has to go to Ireland. They're a man down, and they're controlling the game. But Wales have tried to show some ambition. This was great skill from Justin Tipuric, just that delay pass because James Lowe shot out the line. But they get into some of these key areas, and again, it was a highlight. I couldn't believe the statistic that 89 handle errors in the last year's Six Nations, and they're getting knock-ons and handle errors in key areas when they're just about to gain momentum.
They've got to sort that line out at half-time. Alan Wynne-Jones, the guys, have got to get that line out sorted out. I think there'll be a chance for them to score a try here. They just need to keep looking for it. They've lost Thomas Williams now, probably. Keep looking for it, and it might be there. But they've really got to sort their line out and keep hold of the ball.
At what point does having 14 men really start to kick in?
I think sometimes it's psychological, because Ireland are now, you know, they've gone from 6-0 down and 14 men to in the lead. So actually they're buoyant. So mentally they're on top of their game. They've just got to keep working really, really hard and remember to do that. And Wales have got to actually sort themselves out psychologically, get back into this game and say, hey, we've got a chance here, sort our line out, and let's get down into the Ireland half and put them back under pressure. They were given penalties away, just as Wales were. Put the pressure back on them.
I'm not taking anything away from Ireland. They've done brilliantly with 14 men, but you'll agree it's easier to manage a team with 14 men when a forward goes off than when a back goes off. Because if a back goes off, say like a winger or fullback, then it exposes your backfield for kicking opportunities. But with your forwards, you just got to look at each other and say, right, we just got to massively up our work rate. So it's easier to manage when a forward goes off the field, but they're still doing a brilliant job at it.
We spent a lot of time before the game began talking about head injuries and the whole concussion issue and debate. We had an incident involving Johnny Williams And this is a perfect illustration of what is being done at the moment.
I mean, this is a great one for any youngsters watching. I actually feel for Johnny Williamson a bit. It's a right shoulder tackle as we watch it. As soon as Ringrose takes that step back in, it becomes at a split second a left shoulder tackle because he stepped back into Johnny Williamson's head. All right, Johnny Williams could be a little bit low, but that's an unfortunate rugby incident, I think. So he's gone off as a HIA. It's the right thing. He hasn't come back on. But yeah, head injury and brain injury is paramount, so he's been managed well by not coming back on.
Yeah, exactly. They've seen it. Everyone's aware of it. As I said, 20 years ago, if you get up, you play on, and they probably wouldn't have really been highlighted unless the player said something. So absolutely right. They've taken him off for a look at him.
I'm sure, the proverbial, wouldn't we love to be flies on the walls in the dressing room at the moment? I'm sure Andy Farrell is saying more of the same, just keep possession, grinding Wales down. What's Wayne Pivac saying?
Well, as soon as Peter O'Mahony went off, Wales kept the ball for some 10 to 12 phases and were really trying to stress Ireland. That's what they need to do. They need to use this numerical advantage, keep the ball on the field and keep possession and try and grind Ireland down just like they have done to Wales for the past 20 minutes. So Wales need to basically implement what Ireland have done to them exactly in reverse there.
It's when your leaders now really need to lead. And psychologically, everyone's going to be naturally flat in the Wales changing room. You need those guys to be buoyant and say, guys, we've got a chance to win this game. If Wales score the next points, they're right in this game. If Ireland score the next points, it's quite a long way back. It's that finite now. You've got to be buoyant. Let's go out there and get into this game. Take it by the scruff of the neck, lead with your actions. If you score, you're right back in it.
Well, it is a jam-packed sporting weekend, isn't it? And it actually ends with the weekend at half-time.
We're going to talk about this forever, baby. This is what an MVP does. Let's go! This is our moment. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
The Super Bowl, live from Florida. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Kansas City Chiefs. Tonight at 11:30 on BBC One and BBC iPlayer.
And from one weekend to the next weekend, and Wales go to Scotland next Saturday at Murrayfield, live on BBC One from 4 o'clock. We have a rugby special week today featuring the Ireland-France game from the Aviva Stadium. That's on BBC Two at 6 o'clock, and the Rugby Union Weekly is available on BBC Sounds from Tuesday morning. And talking of Tuesday, the FA Cup 5th round has moved to midweek.
Let's get down to business.
It is quite magnificent.
The Red Devils, the Hammers,
Sack them up the goals.
the Blades.
What about that?
The Robins.
A hammer of a drive.
The Reds.
Oh, what a goal.
The Blues.
It is simply sensational.
The FA Cup. Zero filler.
That was magnificent.
Coverage of 3 live games starts with Manchester United v West Ham United. Tuesday at 7 on BBC One and iPlayer.
Well, so many issues to talk about involving rugby union at the moment, not least the Lions tour, if and where and when it might take place. And we have 2 great Lions captains here to talk about it. What's your instinct at the moment, Martin, about whether it should take place at all?
Yes, whether we can get it in this year or next year. People are saying, well, it won't happen next year. So I think it's probably going to have to happen this year. Ideally, we'd love to go to South Africa and do it, but we're in a year, in a time when if we get any Lions tour, I think we just have to take what we get, whether it's here or in South Africa. Australia offering to host it. It's just, we're in that situation. Let's hope we just get it in somehow, somewhere.
The short price favourite at the moment seems to be South Africa behind closed doors. Would you say better that than not at all?
Oh, without doubt. If it has to take place here, then it has to take place. But I think as long as it takes place, that's the main thing. And I can understand that fans want to go over in their thousands, but the Lions tour is massive for these players, and I think that if you have your commercial hat on, right, you might want to wait a year so you can have crowds and all that.
But isn't the commercial hat, I hate to say it,
is
almost the most important hat?
It is. So, because money is what keeps this sport alive and afloat. Money keeps professional sport across the world and any sport alive, and we need it for the sport, for the governing bodies, and to infiltrate around the world. You need the money. But I think if Lions Tour can go ahead this summer, that's got to be the priority. Any way they can do that, then I think you've definitely got to do it.
And is there a nagging fear at the back of your mind that if the Lions Tour didn't happen this year, for whatever reason, that the future of all Lions Tours might be in jeopardy as a consequence?
No, I've not thought that. I think that the Lions is big and so popular here and around the world. I think it will survive. But I think Sam's right. We just want it however we can get it this year if we can.
Well, talking about great Lions from yesteryear, sadly we lost one of the finest front row forwards to wear that jersey this week, John Pullin, who played for England 42 times. He's actually the first Northern Hemisphere captain to lead his country to victory against New Zealand, Australia and South Africa.
It's a try for England. The ball going loose. John Pullin picks up and goes over to score with Bob Taylor alongside him. And my goodness, what a try to score, because England now lead by 9 points to 8.
Number 2, John Pullin, England's captain.
And he also played up in 73 and all that. John Pullin, a very proud Bristolian who died earlier this week. Well, what wouldn't we give for a try from either side like that during the course of the second half? We've got another look actually at the only try that we've seen so far from a different angle. What does this show you about the Welsh defensive linemen?
So once Conor Murray passes this ball, Robbie Henshaw is highlighted there, who's going to run back inside. But the Wales defence is highlighted there, need to keep coming up square to stop that ball from coming back inside. They all drift to the left-hand side, and that's why Robbie Henshaw is able to pick off the forward runner and get the inside shoulder of Justin Tipuric. And that one missed tackle is all it is, but it was because they didn't come up square from that initial pass from Conor Murray.
They just got a little bit lazy on the blind side and got caught out, and that's what happens when you get a little bit tired.
Well, Martin made the point. The next score will be absolutely crucial in determining the outcome of this final half of rugby on the opening weekend of the Six Nations. The Six Nations like no other Six Nations of 2021. Let's go back to Jamie, Jonathan and Eddie Butler.
Dan Biggar will kick off the second half. Wales have made the change at scrum half. Gareth Davis is on, standing right behind Dan Biggar. There he is, the Scarlets scrum half, loads of experience, and he does one thing that very few others do, and he will lead the charge, and his interceptions are his signature. Dan Biggar starts the second half. Wales trail by 7 points. Ireland down to 14 players, but you wouldn't necessarily know it from the way they've played since losing Peter O'Mahony. Lee Halfpenny ships it on to Justin Tipuric. Wyn Jones sets it up. Nick Tompkins.
No, Rob. Backwards.
Davis readjusted, but it's gone to George North without mishap now. George North up to Ireland's 10-metre line. It's Wyn Jones again. Makes a little yard. Nick Tompkins. Fighting.
That's a tackle, fellas, down the road.
Oh, and Ireland have stripped the ball. Hugo Keenan, there is space down the middle. It's sort of gone back to Wales and Alun Wyn Jones. Slightly on his own for the moment.
No!
The troops arrive.
Still in that.
Wyn Jones again. He does make ground. Ty Burn has to let go.
Stripped again, no. Strip tackle is 2-0.
Ty Burn this time winning the ball. Ireland through CJ Stander and James Lowe. Robbie Henshaw, who started the move that led to Ireland's try.
He stepped off.
Stander takes on Josh Navidi.
Back up.
Navidi can go for it now, but can't claim it. Sexton towards the touchline, and a little too long.
Put Ireland on the 10-metre line.
But it means Wales have a line out, which is not necessarily, Jamie, a good thing.
You know, we've seen how many turnovers now? You know,
I think it's 3, isn't it?
Yeah, like Ireland are putting them under a lot of pressure, and that's not letting Wales get into the game or have the platform and expect them to get up in the area again. They're potting up in the middle and back, and they're just saying, right, try and get it over.
It's got to start here, though. This line out.
Adam Beard at the front. George North in the centre.
Tackle now!
Yeah, George got a knee to ground. Little readjustment again by Gareth Davis, went backwards. Tipuric replaces him. Welsh player down on his knees.
Entry 3.
It is
You're
George
overrunning,
North
you come in the side.
who stays down, and Wales again give away the penalty.
We're all right. We're all right. No, nothing wrong there. Number 3 entry. Number 3 overrun it.
Wales have got to just, keep possession, but they've got to keep width. When they're attacking, they've got to keep the width because, it was that extra man that they have. And now they've got to have Halfpenny coming in as the extra man and looking for the holes out wider.
They've got to watch their discipline as well. After 20 minutes, Ireland had given away 4 penalties. It's now switched to a 5-4 penalty count to Wales. So they've got to be careful with that. They've got to watch out not giving Ireland easy entry points or exit points into the game now.
All accidental, but a little finger in the eye for George North.
Yeah, accidental by Sexton. Took the ball in, and as he was reeling away to try and free the ball to get a pass in, he's got a stray finger. But Wales have got to be patient, though. That's the thing. You've got to keep hold of possession. 2 ripped balls there while Wales were going forward.
I wasn't playing anything. I wasn't playing anything. Oh, I said backwards off your 9. Sorry.
And the foul. The side have readjusted, and what may have been a sort of damage limitation exercise is now a lead protection exercise. Or, Jamie, do they still think, hey,
thanks very much.
There are more points for us out there?
They're going to play. I mean, they're going to keep holding on to the ball, playing in the right areas, and just cranking up that pressure, forcing Wales to actually play and wanting them to make a mistake. And when they do, they might get a penalty or they get an easy straight kick, and they'll get down into Wales's half and just execute their set piece play.
Not Jamie said, discipline is so important. And give a penalty away near the halfway line, and all of a sudden you're under pressure in your own 22.
Ireland very carefully,
thank you.
Deliberately make their way to this line-out. Only 5 players in it. Ty Byrne, the blue scrum cap, towards the front. Up he goes.
Hold.
Finish off, Gwen! Finish off, Gwen!
Once.
Conor Murray takes it off Rob Herring. Dan Biggar leads the charge, and it did confuse Conor Murray, but Ireland, though, still in possession. Henderson ships it on to CJ Stander. One for Hugo Keenan's chase.
That's too far, that.
Lee Halfpenny, easy mark.
Come with me, Ty. Thank you.
Lee Halfpenny straight down the middle.
Yeah, go on.
Johnny Sexton is there.
10-metre line.
Lots of space.
There is lots of space there. Dan Biggar. Hallam Amos is back.
Bring them on.
To his co-wing.
Play on.
Louis Rees-Zammit. James Lowe. Look out. Lee Halfpenny, watchful. Beats Lowe.
Inside.
Still there. Hugo Keenan, as in on the field. Biggar comes forward. Keenan picks him up. Josh Navidi to Ken Owens. Oops, to Nick Tompkins. Oops, to Hallam Amos. It is on Amos. High tackle on Hallam Amos. Advantage being played.
Penalty advantage.
Wyn Jones takes it on. Oh, Faletau lets it go.
High tackle.
That's a desperate tackle by a front 5 forward, exposed to a back. He's got, I'm going to get him. Gets overexcited, high tackle. Did well. So I thought there was an opportunity there, a back on a forward. He had to straighten up and stand him up first before going on the outside.
Rob Herring with the seatbelt tackle.
I'd say the fear went through his eyes there when he just saw that one-on-one with the winger trying to take him on the outside. But, you know, again, you know, that tiredness coming into the game, that factor coming in from 5, Ireland getting through a lot of work now. You know, giving these entry points to Wales. They're now defending under 22.
Right, line-out time for Wales. To ease their burden, they went short to Adam Beard, and short ball at the line-out isn't the best ball. It doesn't give you much room.
Not really, but if you got to take what's on offer to you. So if it's at the front and you set up a maul, that's what you do, and you try and move the chess pieces around the board then.
Yeah.
That goes Justin Tipuric at the front. It is short ball again, but Navidi to Faletau. Wales enter the 22. Just Navidi acting scrum half. Here's the real one, Gareth Davis. Oh, and pick him up well. Porter involved. Ken Owens. This little bit of basketball. Faletau knocks it on. Wales again make the mistake.
I think he saw the train of Ian Henderson coming at him there.
He picked him out of the line, didn't he? Just watch, there he goes.
Lost forward, just come away from there. Scrum green ball.
You got to think at times it might start to creep into the Welsh mindset now of can we actually do this?
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, you're right, the pressure, you know, they know they're a man, extra man, they're a man short. They should be winning this game. Ireland totally in control.
Same discipline, same control. First half was great. Connor. Control, please. Crouch.
Funny thing is, I don't think it'll take a lot for Wales to get into it. You know, 3 points or line break, they're back in the game.
Keep that height. Yes, please, Connor.
Oh, it's a very good 7-man scrum for Ireland, and then a little uproar. There's two advantages being played, and Nick Tompkins may take advantage of the advantage. Faletau slings it out to George North, cuts inside Cian Healy.
Advantage, penalty advantage.
It's all sorts of advantages. Everybody getting in the way. Navidi to George North. Halfpenny North on his own. George North scores. Wales are back in the game.
Well played, George North. He looked up, what's in front of him. From a kind of a turnover ball, you've got to attack down the short side.
He has been looking dangerous when he takes people on the outside today, doesn't he? When he kind of squares them up, uses footwork, and then accelerates on the outside of them.
There's a mistake, you know, he looks for the pass, it's a loose carry. And then there's another knock on, Tompkins is on it, and just watch. They look around, and who's there? There's a forward, Henderson. He's never, ever going to get to George North. He's turning, look, he's on the back foot. And as he goes, throws a dummy. Acceleration.
James Lowe is in a world of pain there.
Just thinking that Ireland have hardly made a mistake, Jamie, since being down to 14, and then suddenly 1, 2, 3 knock-ons.
Yeah, and like we said, Wales don't actually need a whole lot to get back into this game, and they're right back in the hunt now. You know, lovely backdoor pass out by Navidi there. George shows a really good skill. You know, James Lowe, could he step in there to make the hit? I think he has to, and then hope that the cover tackle pushes the guys out to the edge. But you know, they're going to look back in that, you know, tomorrow's review not in too much favour.
He did say before the game that he sometimes bites in, James Lowe. When he needed to bite in, he didn't bite in.
He's in a world of pain for that one.
No dragon to aim at this end for Lee Halfpenny. What's he chosen? Oh, he got it wrong.
Just pushed it.
Yeah, he passed on the message. Yeah, on your shoulder. Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Wales 11, Ireland 13. George North, the fine little dummy, and then it's all about pounding the legs, lengthening the stride. Get there.
Great effort by North. Tack Burners there. The second row gets to him.
Johnny Sexton takes his time, as he does before every kick, has to be said. Faletau catches it safely. Keith Earls with a follow-up tackle. Gareth Davis under instructions to use it. 5 seconds only.
And I think you can hear Ty Byrne there shouting at the referee, counting it down just to help him, knowing the 5 seconds is up.
Keane. One stop, they're just replacing that one. 1 second.
Keane Healy is going off. Early exit for the loose head. On comes Dave Kilcoyne.
Strong bench, Ireland.
I think this is where you see them come into their element in terms of who they can bring on and freshen up. And Dave Kilcoyne is going to be a bag of energy.
He's a terrific runner in the loose. Tyke Byrne, excellent line-out jumper. Good surge by the Ireland forwards. Josh van der Vliet comes away with it. Real momentum now for Ireland. Sexton tries to sell the dummy. Turnover.
Tipper with the turnover.
They've gone back.
Stop, Wayne, stop.
Alan Ramos kicks it downfield and it's straight out.
Big mistake that is, from a turnover. Just had to keep it in play. Find some grass and have a good chase on. Tipperick, brilliant play.
Oh, great strength by Tipperick there to stay in the fight.
It's Wyn Jones's pass. It goes all the way back rather than setting people off going forward.
Turnover, yeah. You just need. You know, they're on the back foot slightly, but you just try and get 2 passes on a turnover and to see where the space is.
Right. Yeah,
Johnny Sexton receiving some attention, and once you see the medics start to talk into their microphones, it's not the best sound.
Well, with Johnny Sexton, it could be him just telling the coaches what they're going to do. You know, Johnny likes relaying messages pretty regularly, so he might just tell Andy what's going on.
And you know, I think is he 36 now?
Yeah.
Needs a break, isn't he? Yeah. Needs a bit of a break at that age.
Their actual 9 is 10
I'm sure,
meters,
you know, they don't want him to go off purely because of his communication and leadership skills at the moment. With a man short, they need him there to direct everything.
Yeah, and it's no offence to Billy Burns, but I think the step change between Johnny Sexton and everyone else right now in that position in Ireland, the gap is too wide.
If you win it against the head, it's taken back in.
You need him on the field.
2 meters then.
Did you get the message, Andy?
Outside, yeah.
Yep. All good. Off we go. Attacking line out. Rob Herring to throw.
Contest, play on.
Went loose.
Good contest.
Hands away.
Conor Murray waits. CJ Stander takes it on. Robbie Henshaw. It's there again for Murray. Tyke Byrne. It's Henshaw again.
He has played well, Henshaw, today.
Yeah, him and Tyke Byrne are getting around the field.
Gary Ringrose into the 22. Henshaw stays down. He's not looking great, Robbie Henshaw. But Ireland are in possession. Dave Kilcoyne. A glimpse of his speed off the mark for the big lump that he is. Josh van der Vliet. Sexton. Keith Earls cuts back.
Got to do a bit better.
Yeah, I think Henshaw.
Same as 3 there. 12's got to come around the gate, came in at the side, took the shortcut.
Coming at the side.
Does he look all right, Jamie? Robbie Henshaw, do you think he took a bump?
I think he's fine, but like fatigue is coming into you there, and he sees Toby Faletau and he takes the shortest line, kind of going, I'm you know, potentially wrecked here, mate. You know, can I just take a bit of a cheat line? But you know, he knows he made a mistake there, but the flip side of that, if he doesn't do it, Toby's probably on the ball anyway.
Now then, Wales into the Irish half. No, he's not looking too good.
You've got a HIA, and you've got a HIA coming.
HIA,
Dan, you've got
head
12
injury
green.
assessment. Tyke Furlong comes onto the field, not for Robbie Henshaw.
Some replacements. Yeah,
Andrew Porter has gone off. This is Tyke Furlong, who's only fresh back into the game after, what, a year?
Okay, replacements, and then we'll get
going.
going.
Last week, though. He looked strong last week against the Scarlets for Leinster.
What a sub to bring on, and they call him the jukebox as well because he keeps playing the hits. So hopefully he has a couple of number ones.
Robbie Henshaw hasn't quite gone off
Okay,
yet.
on Alex then.
But even so,
who's in?
On comes Billy Burns. Wales off and running through Dan Biggar and Nick Tompkins. Biggar, the little miss pass to George North, Lee Halfpenny in the line. Alan Amos goes to ground, safely there. Navidi takes the contact. Ball ripped again. Ireland have been very good at that in this second half.
I think he's looking for the offload there. Didn't need to look for it, just needed to keep possession.
Keenan to CJ Stander. Murray will kick. Halfpenny will go up for it.
Forward off Green.
It's gone forward off Green. Justin Tipperick claims the bounce. Adam Beard.
And use it!
Now he's got 5 seconds. 1, 2. That's all right.
Advantage over.
Keenan. Just for once, doesn't beat the first player, who was Dan Biggar. A tester for Gareth Davis. And taken in the air, the scrum half.
Yes.
Keith Earls, I think.
Clearly taken in the air. He's usually very good at reading those situations, Earls. But, yeah, easy penalty.
Good kick.
Line's yours again, Green.
Not this one.
Slowly getting back into this game now, Wales. That try has given him a lift. Just got to try and go through the phases now. Just build that pressure, be patient, extra man, hold the width in the attacking game.
That's the thing, you don't have to score straight away. You don't have to score straight away. There's plenty of time in the clock, just build the pressure.
Receiver, Josh, stay 2.
Kinowins. And another one goes. Ireland
claim
back. Another one. Wales went for the, well, let's call it the easy option, the front ball, and that didn't work, but it went back into the 22. So
Wales, we did say if you win it against the head, it'll be taken back.
Can try again from an even better position.
That's a tough one for Ireland, because if you against the head, right, it's taken back, which is very, very difficult. But he did shout, Wayne Barnes did shout, take him back in, so he had to not find touch.
Oh, there we go.
Gone 5, gone 5, gone 5, gone 5.
Below head height. That's the goal line. Oh, no, sorry, that's not the 5-metre line, but it's looking quite a good drive at the moment. Justin Tipperick is in charge at the back.
No, Ian, go.
Here he is. Ian Henderson ordered out of the way. Penalty advantage to Wales. This is what they want. Tompkins, Lee Halfpenny. Hugo Keenan read the situation
yes, he was tackled
well.
And he got back to his feet, so he going back, collapse, number 2.
He does so well to close the gate, Hugo Keenan. He comes in, he makes the decision early, he's decisive, and he just goes for it to back it.
Now then, what do Wales do? There's Hugo Keenan, who came in, rushed in to make the tackle.
Now this is a big call, because it's a difficult kick, and the call is made already because Biggar has kicked it into touch.
Wyn Jones is there, grimacing on the floor.
This is where the extra man is crucial.
There's Wyn Jones.
It went in 5, so the line
What's
over.
the call?
As soon as it goes 5, so he caught it and then it moved in 5. We might
I'd imagine Ireland are going to pot up in the middle and the back, offer up that front, and if they take it, they're going to try and shove them into touch.
Okay, don't join.
This is, you sense a huge line out for Wales.
Who's your receiver? Wales, who's your receiver? Wales.
Stop asking questions, Wayne. We've got enough troubles at the line out. Never mind who the receiver
7
is.
1, fellas.
It's giving the game away a little bit, isn't it?
7 + 1.
In a line out?
Yeah.
You can't say that. What are you throwing it into?
Off we go. It's down. Oh, that'll do for Wales. Dan Biggar leads the charge. Conor Murray hanging around his neck. Be careful. Davis goes in for it.
Penalty is a high tackle by 9 on 10.
It is a high tackle. Gareth Davis.
I think it was Conor Murray.
It's a penalty
George
advantage.
North, good hands. Louis Rees-Summit dives for the corner.
What a finish.
He is lightning quick. Given the opportunity, I think that's a try.
Just want to check their foot down the pace.
Well,
watch off, so we've got
Jamie called it.
On-field decision. It's try. We're just checking trailing foot.
It looks like
grounding ball's fine. If not, we're coming back to high tackle against green 9. So on-field try, please.
Okay, so we're just checking for touch. The grounding is good. On-field try.
Now he moves pretty fast, but I think he jumped for the line, so he kind of got his feet elevated.
Brilliant
try all day.
Fabulous try. Fabulous finish.
On the line, Tom. Is that what we're seeing?
Yeah, all happy. Stick with your on-field decision.
Thanks very much.
I'll tell you what, that is a real finisher's try. Just watch his eyes from the front on camera.
And Dan, we're going to need a new flag, mate.
Not long to go. He just puts his head back. You know, the acceleration, the first 5 yards is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant finish.
Good hands, George North and Lee Harpenny.
And there's a miscommunication there with James Lowe as well. Two guys go for, I think it's George North. What a finish, though.
Tadhg Beirne may ask the question, is it right that I'm tracking a winner?
Tadhg Beirne was brilliant prop, wasn't it? Amazing.
But to take it at a standing start almost and accelerate into the corner there.
Yeah, the end-on shot was brilliant because you just saw his eyes looking at the point where he was going to go for.
Lee Harpenny. Oh, that's well.
Oh, that's a great nod.
Great kick, Lee Harpenny. 5 points become 7, and Wales are back in the lead.
And we talked about the psychology of it. Look at that, eyes it up. I'm having that. Thank you very much.
Brilliant finish.
In terms of the psychology element now, the momentum is swung back to Wales.
Yeah, that
belief will be building up in them, and in Ireland, that pressure cooker now is on you.
Ireland have responded once admirably.
And I think they need Henshaw to come back on because Johnny Sexton is playing in the 12 position and he is not a ball carrier.
And use it.
They need Henshaw on.
Yeah, no worries.
Wyn Jones, he's had a good day, Wyn Jones, at carrying the ball.
No, Tadhg, use it.
Gareth Davis, the countdown begins. Left-footed Gareth Davis, little pirouette by the scrum half, got away, and CJ Stander, good pickup by him. Boom, into Faletau, look at that. Oh, wonderful strength by CJ Stander. Tadhg Beirne, the distributor, Johnny Sexton. Nick Tompkins gets him second go. Kilcoyne. This is Ireland's response. It looks pretty dynamic. Faletau is okay, he's back up to make that tackle. Burns to Sexton. Gary Ringrose to James Lowe. Little knock on there. I think the referee has been advised.
Yes. Forward first of all, and then
assistant referees, who needs them when you're attacking like that?
I tell you what, if you want to see a statement of intent, look at CJ Stander carry that ball. Yeah. He eyes up Faletau and goes, I'm coming at you, I'm not going around you, I'm going through you.
This is a knock on. He's complaining. He recovered the ball.
Just lost forward by your.
That's a knock on.
That's a knock on all day.
It is. All right, lads.
Here we go. Look at this.
Lowe's complaining. Oh.
Okay, we go. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
And Faletau.
He's a good defender.
He's a massive tackler.
And his technique is good there, but he gets just too low too early on CJ Stander. And CJ's strength is, if he sees you sit down at all, he's so compact and strong. He can put all that weight down through in the foot like he does. And very few people are able to stop him when you kind of and he has that build of about 10-15 meters as well.
Well, to Taulupe, you have to make amends.
Okay, scrum Wales ball.
Ireland. Many more carries.
I think the key one, the meters made after contact. That's why they're kind of doing well on the recycling part. Once the contact is made, they just go beyond another yard, which puts you on the front foot.
Creates that quick rook ball, doesn't it? That they kind of build that momentum.
We're still pausing because George North is just having some attention on the far side. Here's Robbie Henshaw. Looks as if he's coming back, would you say?
A sense of fear in your
Yes, I think.
Okay, yeah, he's good. Here we are then.
Okay, Lee Halfpenny now. No, we're good to go again.
Save standards, boys, save standards.
Lots of control, please.
Tom Francis, one of the starting 15 against Dave Kilcoyne, replacement.
Loads of control.
Wales have kept their props on into the last quarter.
Bind. Set. Keep high. Keep high. Both down, Gareth.
Nick Tompkins goes back in and then back out. Gareth Davis for Louis Rees-Zammit to chase.
Contest.
It's gone loose. Well picked up, Hugo Keenan. Burns has to beware that touchline. Does well. CJ Stander again couldn't quite get a full head of steam up. Gareth Davis comes forward again, takes it well. Somebody has to go in to help. It's the ever-present Wyn Jones.
Use it.
Oh,
No,
quick win. That's it. Alun Wyn Jones. Gareth Davis appears.
And use it.
Again, the countdown starts. And the same thing, Louis Rees-Zammit in pursuit. Oh, well taken, James Lowe, but blocking in front of the ball catcher.
Oh, the old escort,
obstruction.
Big call, that is. Big call. Oh, Conor Murray, yes.
Yeah. Mate, that's really clear.
I thought it was going to be CJ Stander first there with a subtlety, but yeah, it's Conor Murray all day.
Yeah.
I'll say use it. You got 5
Interesting.
seconds.
Dan Biggar is having attention. He's the one who would be putting it into the corner. Oh, he's all right. He's coming forward now.
Please.
I think he'd have a go at this.
Alun Wyn, penalties here. Penalties here.
I think they're asking him, shall I have a crack? No, okay,
Decision.
corner.
Just there.
I mean, it's well within Lee Halfpenny's range. The banana kick from Biggar.
Yeah.
A 5-point game is actually probably it is the right call in my book.
Johnny, you got your HIA back
you
on.
don't need to push it.
I'm not sure.
Take territory.
22.
Now your line hasn't been going exactly fantastic, so we might see another old school throw to the front with no jump maybe. But if they can get this and set up the maul, they could really pile some pressure on.
Billy Burns has gone off because Robbie Henshaw is back on.
Watch on.
Welsh line out. Oh, they've gone long. And it's worked because Tom Francis ships it on to Alun Wyn Jones. It's worked very well. An old-fashioned back peel. Wyn Jones in front of the posts. Ian Henderson tried to rip it. Now they might come right. There's a chance if they come the other way. This way now. No, Dan Biggar saying go that way, Gareth.
Missed the opportunity. They both come late on a blindside run.
Ireland have not turned it over
it's
legally.
Still in the tackle zone.
Now, do you take the points here?
All day.
Entry.
Two scores, man short.
Yeah.
You're going for goal. Go for goal.
They are going for goal. Lee Halfpenny. The margins here. Ireland contesting for the ball. I think it was before that, wasn't it? It wasn't Tadhg Beirne.
He's in the tackle zone and he's coming at the side.
It's a tough one on Tadhg Beirne, that is, isn't it?
It's a tackle.
He's in the tackle zone, he comes
foot.
in. That's a tough call for Tadhg Beirne.
That's a big call.
Huge call. I thought the ball was out.
I tell you what, though, separate to that penalty, Wales really do have to look at their line out. I mean, overthrows. I mean, the pressure building here, they're going to have to look long and hard after that. I know they brought Paulie in, but I don't know if Paulie can give them a couple of tips.
Halfpenny is good from in front of the posts. Wales now into that zone, which means Ireland have to score twice to retake the lead.
I ain't got a clue what you're saying, but yeah, is it done? Thank you.
Johnny Sexton is going towards the forwards, packed on that far side of the field. Will Rowlands prepares on the sidelines. Alun Wyn Jones, that's another soaring catch.
And use it!
Gareth Davis takes his time. What little he had of it. Well taken. Conor Murray goes digging. Good hands again, Tadhg Furlong.
Advantage penalty.
Penalty advantage Ireland.
They'll take that, won't they, I think.
Conor Murray knew that. Justin Tipuric covered well, but it will go back.
Slow the ball.
We'll go for the corner now, and they look for field position.
It's Dave Kilcoyne. He is a live wire, Jamie, and it's... Oh, you know, I can't.
Just there when you're
I'm trying. Let me out. Johnny Sexton. I'm sure he's getting slower and slower with his kicks. He perhaps a little.
Bring them on!
Stop! 17, stop!
That's a massive. That's a massive mistake with Johnny Sexton. You know, he went for goal there, and unfortunately came up short.
17.
It's also a brilliant. Callum Sheedy has come on, and that's down to the halfway line from his own line. Callum Sheedy of Bristol.
6 hooks.
Amos has gone off, didn't he?
Watch the insert.
Off we go. Well taken, Ian Henderson. Robbie Henshaw with Wales have had trouble getting hold of Robbie Henshaw. This is Hugo Keenan up from fullback. Look, Josh Navidi grapples with Ian Henderson, but it's Ireland very much on the front foot here. One of their star performers today, Tadhg Beirne. Sexton. Got a little bit of freedom, Johnny Sexton. It's a bit slower. Here goes Kilcoyne. Look, there he is again. Players beaten. I think it's Johnny Sexton is down on the ground and play threatening to go over the top of him. Oh, he doesn't look good. Robbie Henshaw, good pass to James Lowe.
Get away.
Ireland anything but finished. They are without Sexton. This is Kilcoyne delivering again. Henshaw.
It'd be great there for the score with 13 men.
13 because Johnny Sexton's down. Ian Henderson, thumping tackle on him. Two-man hits. Ken Owens and Alan Wynne-Jones. This is Furlong, tackled by Justin Tipuric.
He's got to stop it, that's right, yeah, he has to stop.
It'll be your scrum just here, okay?
Sexton is laying there, he hasn't moved, so you've got to stop this.
That's the right call.
Yeah.
Just so you know what's happened, Conor.
It has become one of the catchphrases of modern times. Player safety.
Okay.
Oh, left knee.
Oh, dunk.
As he's going down, just watch him. Yeah. Nothing, just a rugby collision, just catches the left knee of Tipuric.
Good work, Tom.
Yeah.
You hope he's okay. You know, the protocols are in place now, and hopefully they look after him. But it was interesting to see Robbie Henshaw step up there. He stepped into that 10 role. And it'd be really interesting to see what the dynamic is. They obviously bring Billy Burns on. It'd be interesting to get Jameson Gibson Park on maybe as well as a bit of a change up.
He's even in a bit of a daze. He's still got time to complain.
This is where the protocol is good, but because if he'll want to stay on, and he's had a check, and he's got to go off for the check,
It's got to be taken out of the player's hands.
Yes,
simple as that.
Yes.
Look at those tackle numbers.
Tom Francis kept his place at the top of the chart, but Justin Tipuric equal first now. No, that's absolutely right.
Ken, just make sure
Johnny Sexton will go off.
Your first lot. You captain now?
So,
he was asking how my Christmas was.
Rage against the misfortune, Johnny, but
just there.
Bang to head against the knee of Justin Tipuric. You have to be checked over.
John, you got to go off, Johnny. It's no one's fault. No one's fault. It's just you've got to go off.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Another interesting thing to keep an eye on here is now, because you have Peter Manley off, okay, you have Johnny Sexton off, who takes the captaincy here as well, you know, which is a big talking point, considering, you know, how long can Sexton be around? Is he here coming to the next World Cup? What does the succession plan look like in that front?
Is there a natural leader there? You know, you've come across in the Irish side, Jamie?
I mean, obviously James Ryan, he's not on the field right now, but it looks like CJ Stander, it looks like Conor Murray. CJ and Conor are voices. They're in the leadership group. Conor's obviously a pivotal role, being 9, same with 8, and you've also got Ian Henderson as well, who captains up in Ulster. So, you know, there's a lot of people there, really good leaders around them, strong voices, and that's what you need. But you need a collective effort now, and it'll be interesting to see. It kind of looks like CJ Stander is potentially taking the lead on it there today, but it's a good talking point to see going forward.
We've had a big old pause, but we're all ready to go again.
Okay, loads of control, loads of discipline.
Will Connors is on for Ireland. That's Ian Henderson there. There's one blue scrum cap. That's Tadhg Beirne. There is another blue scrum cap out there, which is Will Connors there. Into the back row he goes. Robbie Henshaw is on the other side of the scrum, so Ireland have taken a centre out of the midfield, stuck him in the scrum.
He wouldn't make a bad 6.
Hasn't he played well today?
Set. Keep high, keep that arm high. Yes,
Connor. Go for the second shove.
Connor, use it.
Oh, CJ Stander in the nick of time. Billy Burns, Gareth Davis tracking back.
Offside lines.
This is Will Connors. Quick ball for
so quick.
Tadhg Furlong there. Great strength by the prop. Henshaw. Still there for Ireland. Connors again.
Off your feet now.
Back to Burns. Ringrose. Held up for the moment. They have to let go now. Beirne. The try scorer for Ireland. Conor Murray.
Oh, good hit.
Alan Wynne again on the Irish scrum half. It's a sort of bit of a slow release for Ireland, but now they're in that zone. 5 metres out. They always back themselves to score here. Penalty against Alan Wynne for being there in the way. Burns through there for Louis Rees-Zammit. It will go back to the penalty.
In the way, slowed the ball.
He couldn't get out of there, could he? He tried to get out, but it's a penalty.
Yeah, I mean, the way the referees are looking at it, you know, if you're anyway, you know, you're not going east to west, and you're slowing it down, you're going to get done.
They try to go for the scrum shove in the previous scrum. It'll be interesting to see if they take the scrum here.
Just there on the 5 metre line.
Now you've got to start moving and wriggling a little bit before that. It is hard because you've got one leg trapped, but they all know. I mean, everybody is crystal clear.
I know he's had 130 odd caps. He should know as well.
Well, I reckon that the cynic in me goes, he knows exactly what he's doing right there because of that experience.
What do you do, Jamie? You have a chance for 3 points. Please don't tell me he gets a bump on the head.
No, he's stood in his hand.
Thank goodness for that.
Look at that. Yeah, just kicks on the wrist.
So it looks like they're taking the 3. Billy Burns has the tee out. Interesting call. Obviously, you've got 9 minutes left. You know, it's a 8-point game. you know, you've got to bring it down to at least one score, you know.
You do, but you know you're going to get in this position again.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm thinking. It's a tough call, isn't it?
Well, you've got to score twice, so you may as well take the one.
Yeah, well, I know, but from that position, you've got a chance of scoring a try. Maybe will you have the opportunity again? You can score a penalty from the 10-metre line, or you know, anywhere near there.
Yeah, just don't kick it, but you can tee up if you want to get the time.
Wayne Barnes just explaining to Billy Burns, you can tee it up, but wait until left corner.
Yeah, we'll carry on.
Zammit.
Okay, watch is back on.
Nope,
Alan Wynne.
Back
on the line, please, Red. On the line.
We've passed the 70-minute mark, but there is certainly loads of time for both teams to score more. Billy Burns high and good, and Ireland are within one score of Wales.
Right, game on.
Game on.
One score.
There, just between the halfway line and the 10-metre line, big Will Rowlands is on for Wales. That's Louis Rees-Summit next to Dick Tompkins, still feeling his hand. This is Will Rowlands. Wales have split their forwards. Jameson Gibson-Park is on for Ireland at scrum half. Dan Biggar goes sort of down the middle towards CJ Stander. Who is held by Alan Wynne-Jones. But Ireland's new hooker, Ronan Kelleher. Gibson-Park, the replacements involved. Dan Biggar drops one. It's gone backwards, picked up by Justin Tipperick.
Got to be lifting, not just putting your hand on it.
Wales have possession, which is just what they need. Rodri Jones is on in the front row for Wales. Navidi.
Use it!
18 for Wales. Leon Brown, another of the front row replacements. Halfpenny chases. It's gone forward and loose, and now picked up by Justin Tipperick.
Crawling. Yeah, rolling.
Wrong one,
straight off feet, stopped any competition.
Yeah, sealing off there again. Just sealed him off.
Right back, fellas.
And that's just went clean over the top.
Yeah, time is off. Let's make sure he's all right. Watch stop.
Tyke Byrne down injured. Oh, just good old-fashioned cramp, I think.
He's had a good game as well, Wayne Barnes.
I'll tell you what, I don't blame Tyke Byrne for his cramp there. He's got 18 carries, 82 meters made, 9 tackles. He's put in a serious shift, as well as the turnover menace that he is at the breakdown and the work he's putting in the line-out.
Plus a try.
Sure, why not throw it on top?
Which included a readjustment, which is not an easy thing to do going through a pile of bodies.
Thanks, fellas. It's just on the 5 and the where are we, 10? You got in there? Okay, fellas, you all good?
6.5 minutes to go.
Okay, Joe. Watch on.
Billy Burns not in a great position for maximum yardage. Okay, though.
Where it went out, fellas. Where it went out. Jameson.
Ronan Kelleher, the new hooker, finds Tyke Byrne.
Hold.
And set up a drive.
Hold.
Kelleher has it.
Yes.
Twisting it infield.
Oh, that's a great setup, nice and long, compact.
17, there you go.
Gibson-Park waits, has a look. Goes back against the turn.
He's onside, he was part of them all, then he broke off. Hold.
Tyke Byrne sets it up. Robbie Henshaw, he'll always be a major carrier. Gary Ringrose a little bit lighter on his feet. Kelleher James Lowe took the ball off Jamison Gibson Park. Ireland suddenly have a shift of momentum.
Pace has increased, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Snappiness into the game.
Justin Tippett slows it down a little bit. Ian Henderson pauses.
Yeah, had to stop. It would have been a crossing or a block.
Burns to Lowe. Kilcoyne, thunderous. Burns, the little stab across the field, and it's out on the full. And with time ticking, it sort of hands back.
Ball's live.
An advantage to Wales, although it comes with that.
Line out's yours. Line's yours, Ireland.
Slight question mark. The line out.
Okay. Watch stopped. I'll stop the watch. Okay.
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that was the right idea there at all. Well, it's easy to say in hindsight, but you know, obviously, the name of the game from now is to hold on to the ball, to create pressure and build it up.
Yeah, of course you can.
You know, not look for the opportunistic kick there.
If no one asked, but if it's clear in the background, we'll pick it up. Okay. He would have seen if it was clear, we would have picked it up. Okay, line out's yours. Line out red. Line's yours green.
Wayne Barnes hasn't quite started the clock yet.
Unless you want me to.
This is Gary Ringrose.
Right, who's in red? 5. Who's your receiver? 2 meters.
Still.
2 meters.
Full of instructions and questions, Wayne Barnes. A little bit of contact in the air, perhaps.
Inside arm.
Yeah, inside arm of Justin Tippett.
Just make sure you stay 2 meters.
CJ Stander, what me? No.
Just a couple of, first mistake, the kick, then the penalty.
Oh, it's Tyke Byrne.
In fairness, CJ was right. It wasn't him.
Yeah, is he on?
Yeah.
He'll jump up.
Dan Biggar. He will just make really sure he does. It's not his longest kick by any means, but it means Wales can keep a close eye on the clock. Not exactly racing to get to this line out, the Welsh forwards. Clock is running. Will Rowlands goes up.
Gone.
Ian Henderson, 19, tries to make life difficult for Wales. Ireland made it a maul.
Nothing clear.
And have the put in.
Very smart play there from Ireland. They knew exactly what they're doing. Slow it down, get it to the side. We can't get it out, and it starts collapsing. We're not moving. We're going to get the ball back. Really smart play considering the moment in time and the need for that ball.
The match hangs still in the balance. 14-man Ireland trailing by 5 points.
Nice first scrum.
2.5 minutes to go. Jonathan, are you doing the...
Well, we've discussed in studio and we're not sure on it, but he's played well for Wales, so has Thomas Francis, Tyke Byrne, Henshaw been brilliant, but the Guinness Six Nations player of the match is that man there, Wyn Jones. Great performances, good carries of the balls, and really fronted up for Wales when they've needed it.
Stay close, stay close.
Jamison Gibson Park feeds, Billy Burns passes. Ireland go wide through only a couple of passes to James Lowe, who takes it to the halfway line. Gibson Park starts dancing. Faletau makes the tackle.
Ball still in.
Lowe has to go to scrum half. Tyke Byrne drives up. Switch of play, looked a little forward. George North hovers over the ball.
Don't touch the 9.
Leave the 9 alone. That's CJ Stander. James Lowe, no way through there.
They need to keep their discipline. The last thing they want is a line out in their own 22.
Byrne to Will Connors. Burns to Hugo Keenan. It's gone loose and gone forward. And with 1.25 minutes left, you just sense here maybe maybe that was the last chance, but who knows?
Great pressure by Tompkins there, though, to close the door on Jordan Larmour, because that man does not need a lot of space.
It's a great read. It's a great read by Tompkins. They're the extra man on the outside. He made the decision to come in. He had to stop the ball.
Yeah, Wayne Pivac perhaps knows.
Scrum then, okay, what's back on?
Threat has been seen off. So didn't look that forward from there.
Nice contest.
Really he just lost the ball in contact, didn't he? I think that's what it was. It wasn't for just.
Now, nice scrum, 20-second scrum here from the guys. Hold out the back there and then kick it out.
Crowds.
The interesting thing will be if it gets the feet of Faletau and Wayne Barnes says play it, then the sort of clock becomes a factor. They might have to get this out of the scrum. Gareth Davies goes up the blind side and stabs it forward. Oh, Dan Biggar. He was screaming for it, and this is the danger, that suddenly you give Ireland a chance to run back. Hugo Keenan, he's played really well.
This is it. Clock's in the red.
Play.
Tackle, off you come!
It's going to have to come from deep, but they do have a chance. Tadhg Beirne got away with a little bit of movement across him. Ringrose skips through one tackle. Gareth Davies leads the charge. Ireland going. It could be the try for George North if he can get one pass away.
Is a knock on? I'm just checking. Okay, is a knock on? I'm just checking whether it's deliberate.
Here we go.
Just checking whether that is a one-handed deliberate knockdown.
Well into the 81st minute, but of course Wayne Barnes has done a game that lasted 100 minutes in Paris involving Wales.
I hope not today, to be honest. Is a deliberate knock-on.
It's a penalty in Ireland.
Did he touch it? That's the question. Did he touch it? Yes, he did.
That's the penalty.
That's deliberate. Game goes on.
On we go.
Jouet.
Line out.
Nick Tompkins gives away the penalty.
You do have time for the line-out. You do have time for the line-out.
I thought he was wandering into the bin then, but he's not.
Directly into cut.
I was going to say, get James Lowe's left cannon up here now and hoof it down the field.
Ireland will have to start from inside their own half with this line-out. So Wayne Pivac thought, well, maybe I can relax. You can't, Wayne, not yet. Ronan Kelleher.
I wonder if Gareth Davies will regret that kick.
Ronan Kelleher prepares. It's a shortened line-out. Ian Henderson goes up, slaps it back at Gibson Park, but it's okay. Josh Navidi.
Tackle, off you come!
Part of the charge.
Oh, what a run that is.
Dave Kilcoyne. Here's another big carrier today. Tadhg Beirne. It's still there for Ireland. Ringrose sells a dummy. Tipperick makes the tackle. That's the halfway line. Henderson.
Tackle!
Billy Burns. Robbie Henshaw. Jordan Larmour, give him a bit of space, and his dancing feet could do the rest.
Don't go in there.
Gibson Park wanted Lowe to be in his wing position, maybe.
And away, come this way.
That way. Gareth Davies leads the charge. Keenan. Tipperick is over the ball.
No!
Ireland still have it. Lowe wandering wherever the action is. Try the blind side. Here we go. It's Justin Tipperick who makes an all-important tackle. Gibson Park to Beirne. It's gone loose. We're back in the Irish half of the field. Jordan Larmour.
Here he goes. Watch out.
Great footwork here. Gets the offload away.
Isolated.
Navidi though.
Larmour again.
Gibson Park, tackled by Leon Brown.
Don't go in,
back
don't go
in Welsh territory.
What a tackle.
Will Connors, Billy Burns. Henshaw couldn't free his arms. Low over the ball. CJ Stander, penalty to Ireland.
Keeping your arms around the ball, that caused a dislodge.
Line out.
Yep.
Line out coming up. What they didn't want.
His arm around the ball, that caused a dislodge.
13.
George North gives away the penalty.
Now let's see how brave Mr. Burns is going. He's got to get it. He's got to get into touch.
On the deck, you can do nothing. Billy Burns for the corner. It's gone too far.
Dead.
Nice. And the game is over The game is over. Wales have survived the final onslaught by Ireland. Look at the relief on Wade Pivac's face. Look at the